G'day, Paul from Get Tools Direct here, and today we're going to be running through and demonstrating the range of Makita 36 volt outdoor power equipment. All you need to run these tools is two 18 volt lithium ion batteries, and that'll run all the tools we're going to use today, and you'll see how simple it is to just take two batteries and transfer from tool to tool. The tools we're going to be running through are the DUR362LZ brushless motor line trimmer, the DLM380Z lawnmower, the DUH551 hedge trimmer, the DUC252 chainsaw, and to clean up after all the work's done before we have a beer, we'll be using the DUB361 blower. So the shop's not the best area to be starting up mowers and so forth, so what we're going to do is jump out in the garden. I'm ready to get dirty. Let's go. G'day, Paul from Get Tools Direct. Here today talking about the new Makita 36 volt brushless motor line trimmer, the DUR362LZ. What we'll do is we'll run through all the features on the unit, then we're actually going to use the unit. As you can see, it's a bit ruddy around here, so we're going to fix that right up. So we'll get into it, eh? So we're just going to run you through the features of the Makita brushless motor 36 volt line trimmer, the DUR362LZ. As you can see, we've got two 18 volt batteries whacked onto the back of the machine. Two 18 volt batteries creates a 36 volt circuit, so you've got 36 volt power. You can actually use 3 amp hour, 4 amp hour or 5 amp hour batteries on the machines. The bigger the amp hour, the longer the tool runs for. It's that simple, okay? When you want to check how much power you got left, you got a nifty little power indicator. Just give that a tap there, and in this case it's telling me it's got full power. That's good, because as you can see, it's a bit ruddy around here. We're going to need a lot of power to get rid of that, okay? Obviously it's a machine, the brushless motor machine, being more efficient on the batteries, so that means there's more work, less battery changes, all right? Obviously another feature we can see with this nifty little dial is your variable speed function. If you want to be nice and gentle and you've got soft grass, you just want to give it a little tickle, you can whack it back to nice and soft and work away. In our case, we're going to need full power, or rabbit, and once you crank it up, it'll give you full power. So we're just going to run through some more features on the DUR362LZ today. You just turn the machine on by its little on button there, okay? Now if you get grass tangled around your head, like with petrol business, you have to put it down, untangle the head. All you do with this machine, flick it into reverse, give the trigger a little squirt, and that'll actually reverse the grass off the head, meaning you don't have to touch it. Once you've done that, you just flick it on, and away you go again. Okay, it's obviously got the strap on it, which I'm going to be using today to save my back. Lovely comfortable loop handle, as well as your bump feed head. Bump feed obviously meaning you just give it a little tap when the machine's operating, and it'll feed more line automatically, so you don't have to touch the head. So we're just going to use the bump feed head to make sure we've got the line set correctly, and then we're going to cut an edge. Let's give it a rip. Turn him on. Line's done. Let's cut. So we're just going to test the machine, a little bit heavier stuff now to show you what it can handle. We'll give it a bump feed and then we'll rip into some heavy grass. We're ready. Oh, that was beautiful, like a hot knife through butter. I've still got some power left in my batteries. I might go and do some mowing. Let's go. So I've finished whippersnipping. Time to mow. One on there. We're ready to mow. Let's go. Okay, so we finished whippersnipping. We're now going to mow. Obviously we've transferred our two 4 amp hour 18 volt batteries into our DLM380Z mower. It's obviously got this fantastic safety housing, keeping any dust, dirt, grass away from the batteries, and you've got the red safety key. No red safety key in, no mower go, okay? So it's a fantastic safety function. Obviously you got your height adjustment for your mower. This mower will do a 25 up to 75mm cut, okay? So once you've got them in there, I'm checking my batteries with my battery indicator. They're still full. Let's do some mowing. So we're ready to mow. Oh, it's not working. That's because I haven't done the correct safety procedure. Red safety button in, pull the handle, and away we go. So the mowing's done, but my little friend here seems to be in the way, so I think I might deal with that. Let's do it. So I've finished the mowing, and I noticed I've got a little bit of a problem with a little lily-pilly back there. So I'm going to transfer my batteries from my mower to my hedge trimmer and get hedge trimming. So what you do, same as usual, take that out. One in the back there, that's 18. We now got 36 volt. Let's rip into some hedge trimming, eh? So, mowing's done. Time to tend to my little friend Lily-Pilly behind me with the DUH 551 36 volt hedge trimmer. Got both my batteries straight out of my mower, straight onto the bottom of the unit. I'll get rid of my safety unit around the blade so we don't do any damage to our blade when it's in storage. Basically, the features on the unit are we've got a locking button on top of the machine, so even if you're trying to use it, if it's in lock, you won't be able to use it. That's a great safety function. So we flick it to unlock. You can't use the unit unless you depress the front safety feature, so you can't obviously use it one-handed for you silly buggers out there. Push that in, pull the handle, she's away and racing. Another little feature which you wouldn't even hardly notice is if you pull this little black lever up, you can rotate this so that you can use the machine up and down like I'm going to in a second. You can also rotate that to 5 different positions. So those of you who like different positions, this one's for you. So let's rip into some hedge trimming, eh? So we've got our batteries on, we're ready to rock and roll. We're going to cut some hedges. All we're going to do is pull up our little black lever on top of the machine, rotate the unit 90 degrees, hear it click in there. Let's rip into some hedges. It's like cutting a turkey at Christmas. Whew. So we're done hedge trimming. But I've got to tend to my little friend here at the front that's been getting in the way of my mowing for ages, hitting me in the noggin. So what I'm going to do, it's the 36 volt DUC 252 chainsaw. Whip our batteries off our hedge trimmer. It's that easy, 218 volts, creates a 36 volt circuit. I'm ready to rock and roll. So, I've got a few limbs I need to take off, make it a little bit easier to mow with the ride on around this tree. So I'm going to use the Makita DUC 252Z 36 volt chainsaw. Obviously we've got two 18 volt batteries on the back end, creating 36 volt power. You've got your oil reservoir, you've got your oil glass. Keep in mind it's a cordless tool. With normal chainsaws you fuel and oil the machine as well as put your bar oil in at the same time. You're going to have to keep an eye on that because if you run out, no oil means it's not going to cut as well. You've got your lanyard clip underneath here. Also underneath we've got our oil adjuster. So if you do need a little bit more oil, if you're cutting really dry hardwood timber, you can adjust it to let a little bit more oil about and she'll slip on in, not a problem. 10-inch bar. Obviously as well we've got our chain brake. Click that on, the machine will work. If it does kick back on you and come towards you, it's going to stop like that and that stops the chain moving so you don't do any injury to yourself. So I think I'm going to get cutting. Safety first. Beautiful. Whew. So I've finished cutting with my chainsaw. My trees are all done. It's time to clean up with the blower. I'm going to use obviously the 36 volt Makita DUB361 as per usual. 18 volt batteries, 2 of them. Come straight off the chainsaw, straight onto the blower, ready to rock and roll. It's a high and low geared item so you can have high speed or low speed. On and off switch, battery indicators, and a little hanger for hanging it up in the shed when she's done. So I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get blown. Let's rip into it. So we'll get cleaned up, eh? Well, that's job done. This has been Paul, Get Tools Direct. Jump on our website, check out the 36 volt Makita range. I don't know about you, it's time for a beer. Let's go. G'day, Paul from Get Tools Direct here. Just finished off all our gardening work with our Makita 36 volt garden range. All I've used is two 18 volt batteries all day, haven't touched a fuel can, there's been no smoke. I love that part of it. The other part is the tools are extremely quiet. The only loud thing about them is the person using them. That's funny. The other thing I've noticed is I'm not going to have to maintain any of this equipment. I've got no oil changes, I've got no spark plugs, virtually maintenance free. So if you're chasing a very easy system, that's right, easy system to do your gardening with, check out the 36 volt outdoor power equipment range on gettoolsdirect.com.au and get gardening.